welcome to this lecture. So in the previous lecture we flip our right image to make the left frame or image. So now what you can do is we'll just see here is just normal. Here we'll just make a normal that is a small frame. That should be here normal sprint frame, and we don't have to specify here either left or right. We'll just see here is a normal small frame. So let's create that, and we have to now create the list that would contain the normal right small frame and normal left small frame. So that means just use this self dot, and it should be now right small, let me say right and small normal frame, and just give a comma, and similarly self dot left, now left small normal frame. So it should be normal frame. So this is the basically our normal small frame, which is containing right and left frame. So same goes for our green small frame. So let me say it should be self and dot, and just give a green here as green name and small frame, and it should also be a list containing this self and right, and that should be first right, and it should be small green frame, and similarly self dot now it's time for the, basically this was for right and now it's time for the left, and it should be small green frame. So we have now used this list in order to make basically a composite of our small normal frame and similarly green small frame. Now let's make a few for basically our red small frame and a black basically. So let me just copy this one and just paste it here, and instead of this normal, it's time to make here as in first red, and make this normal also as in red, and this normal too should be red. So after this we want to make this same statement for our black, that is instead of this normal you have to put a black here, and just go here and instead of normal put a black frames, and instead of here too, instead of normal just put a black frame. So this is our for Mario, that is Mario small, Mario green, Mario red and Mario black frame. So next thing what you can do is instead of this small, now you can add as big here. So let me just copy it and just paste it for the big. So instead of small now just use big here, and make it same for others too, that is just make it big here too, and let me do it quickly here now. So big, basically I think you have got an idea, that is we are just creating a list which will contain the left and right position for our small and big frame, and this frame are basically our character, that is Mario character, which can be normal, which can be red, green, or basically a small frame too. So now make it big even, and here it should be big, and even here so should make big instead of small. So we have created all of our Mario from bigger to small, and we are also created this list which will contain the right frame and left frame of our Mario. Now let's create another list which will contain all this image, and just name it as self all images. So name will be all images, and it is also a list. So let me get space here, and it should contain all of these images now. That could be self dot right big normal frame, self dot right big black frame, red frame, and small and big, left and right. So these will be all contained in here. So let me say first should be, let me quickly write it and just pause it for you and just come in a minute. So if I finish writing all of these frames, so this will be all our frames, It can be right, it can be left, it can be bigger, it can be smaller, it can be again bigger, smaller for the left and right. And similarly our normal frame, black frame, red frame and green frame. So this is all the images we have loaded. So next thing what you can do is, after this we'll say, maybe after this point, that is, we'll say something that is right frame. Let me say right and give me a frame. So this right frame should be assigned here, so it should be inside because we are dealing with an object here. So it should be right frames and assign it as self dot normal, and it should be small frame and just give her O position. That means you just take out the right frame from this is normal small frame, and similarly goes for left frame. So if you want this left frame, then you have to have this initialize normal small frame here, and that would be position normal small frame. Let me see, it is here, normal small frame, and if we see, that should be at 1. So basically you are just referencing to the first element of the list to be the right frame and second to be a left frame.